So they're standing looking at this flagpole, and running around it, holding up their thumbs and all kinds of things. And female comes along and says, "What are you guys trying to do?" He says, "Well, we're trying to figure out how high this flagpole is." And the female says, "Well, do you want me to help?" And they kind of chuckled a little bit, looked at her, said, "Sure." So she reached into her purse and she pulls out a hacksaw.
Oh,
So she starts, she cuts right through the flagpole, lickety split, flagpole falls over. She sticks the jigsaw back in her bag. She pulls out a tape measure, pulls it out, says it's 28.3 feet. She zips up the old tape measure, puts it in her purse and walks away. One guy looks at the other and said, "Just like a woman, you ask for the height and they give you the length."
oh. That's
I
good.
guess that one isn't that good. Good morning, everybody.
Good
morning, Al.
What kind of questions do we have this morning? Any on, any subject we can start with, I guess. Any questions this morning? None? Okay, I will take off here.
You have your phone in here with you?
I have a question, Bill.
Go ahead.
I mean,
I
Peter?
recently, this past week, upon notice of running out of storage in my iCloud account, I increased the plan and they took my money and I got a notice that it happened. And now I'm getting a notice on my iPad saying I'm bumping up against the limits of my cloud storage.
Okay.
How do I get rid of that notice?
Do you have the same Apple ID on both?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have to take a look. And that's one of the things I'm going to cover today.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Everybody hear me okay?
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna swap screens. I'm going to try to talk about cloud in general to start with. And for those of you who may not know or are kind of scared by the word cloud, the cloud storage that we use today is nothing more than an external hard drive that you don't have in your home.
Hey,
Just a
Betty,
minute, that's probably about the class. Hold on.
did you get my
Hello?
hearing aids?
Where are they?
Did you click the wrong thing? No. Go ahead. What's it? Sally, there was two invitations I sent out, one for the cloud class and one for
Apple Watch.
There's no one yourself.
There's these two engineers standing on the no. So the cloud is nothing more than an external storage device that you have that is not attached to your computer. And most of the time, that's what you use it for. The advantage of it having instead of being an external storage device at your home is that you can access it from anywhere. And you can also allow other people to access it. So it's great for people who are working on shared projects. We use Dropbox here at the club to collect all the articles that an editor then picks up and creates the monitor. That makes sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so Apple has what they call the iCloud. And it's a place to put your information. Now, there's some precautions here when using the iCloud, and we'll talk about the iCloud first. Then we'll get to Dropbox. And then we will and then we'll talk about, I keep getting interrupted by people trying to get in. Then we'll, if we have time, we'll talk about the Google Cloud capability. So many areas, many cloud storage capabilities are available to us. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning. I'm having trouble this morning. I can't get on my computer.
Yeah, I have 3 invitations to you that I tapped and it says joining. And they're not getting on.
No, it says, well, now let's see, it's doing the thing again.
Yep. So what I'd like to do is start by talking about, as I was saying, there's many services. I think Google has a cloud, Apple has a cloud, Yahoo has a cloud. Most major, Microsoft has a cloud. And Dropbox, which is across all the platforms, has cloud storage capability. What we'll do is we'll start talking about the Apple Cloud first, since this is primarily an iPhone, iPad audience. And what I'm going to do is shift gears and bring up my shared screen. It does show I am recording, right, everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we have both screens.
You have both my iPhone and iPad?
Yes.
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 Good. Let me get rid of this. Now I'm going to mute everybody. So if you want to ask a question or something, don't forget to unmute yourselves. All right. If we look at the cloud storage, the way in which we get to it on either device is we tap settings and get to where you set it up, I should say, is you tap, you go to settings and you tap your name at the top. And there it says iCloud. So if I tap iCloud on both devices, all right. Here, and this brings me to where Peter was asking a question. It shows you how much iCloud storage I have. I have 50 gigabytes. And it shows me how much I'm using in the various categories there. On the iPhone, on the other hand, you'll notice it looks the same. And Peter, yours should look the same as well between the iPhone and the iPad, because I'm using the same account on both.
Does.
So if it's giving you an error message, forget the error message, because it should be plenty of space. When you increased, you went from 5 to 50, Peter?
No, actually, I went from
50 to terabyte?
terabytes. Yeah, whatever,
256.
$295 a month.
How much is it a month?
$9.99.
If you want to increase your storage, I'll do it on the iPad here. You click the arrow and it comes up and says, change your plan, right? And you can click and I can go from 99 to $2.99 a month to get 200 gigabytes or $10 a month to get 2 terabytes. Okay. I'm not going to change it. On my iPad, it actually shows me how much each of these is used. So it says my photos, I'm using 7.9 gigabytes. Backups is using 4.7 gigabytes. Okay. And these are the backups from the various devices.
Bill,
Yes.
mine doesn't show that. Is that because I have an older device? It's not showing how many gigabytes.
Yeah, I think mine just started doing that recently. So
I'm up to date.
yeah,
Updates.
not sure why. You know, yours is more like my iPhone over there.
Yeah, it's not, it's only showing.
Yours looks like my iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question, Bill?
Yeah,
My first item is iCloud Drive, and I don't see that listed on yours.
because I'm not putting anything in iCloud Drive, or very little.
And
And,
what's the difference
what's the
between
difference?
iCloud storage and iCloud Drive?
Yeah. If you're saving files and folders, in other words, if you're using the Files app on your device, where it's getting saved is the iCloud Drive. So Peter, do you use the iCloud? Do you use folders a lot on your device?
Didn't think I was. I've got 250 gigabytes of use.
For iCloud Drive? Do you have a Mac?
Yes, yes.
That's probably where it's coming from then. Okay. All the files that you have on your Mac are being put up there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Bill, I have
Yes.
I have a similar question. I have a travel wallet has 293 kilobytes. And I don't think I have ever used Apple Travel Wallet. Why would I have
Apple
all that?
Travel Wallet.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Hmm. Where am I here?
I don't have Apple Travel Wallet on mine.
Hmm.
Do you have an app you're using for travel?
Yeah, Trail Wallet, not Trail Wallet.
So, and there's a lot, did you take a lot of pictures?
Yes.
Are they in there?
I don't know. I haven't opened it. I haven't tried anything.
Okay,
Uh,
that should be interesting.
mm,
How many, you have gigabytes or kilobytes?
kilobytes,
How many?
293.
So it could be,
More than, it seems to be more than anything else I have there.
yeah, it could be something like you have 400 pictures in there.
It's just once, I can't find it now. Disappeared, but when I clicked on it, it was everything. It was only once a year, and it was under a funny. I can't find it, so forget it. I'll talk to you about it when I can straighten it up.
Okay,
Okay.
So-
Bill,
yeah. Go
I
ahead.
just Googled Trail Wallet, and it's
Yeah.
it's a travel budget app that keeps track of expenses and stuff. So at
Which
some
I think,
past, you were probably using it to do something with financial tracking of expenses, travel expenses. And so that's what's sitting in there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take it out of the cloud because I don't care. So,
It seems
All
to
right.
be an awful lot of space for just itinerary.
yeah, I don't, it doesn't make any sense to
Yeah.
me, but
We'll have to figure that out, you know.
It's an
This
expense
is-
tracker, so you were saving expenses and slips maybe.
This-
it only has three things in it and it's just 1 year from year 2018, 2019, and then 2020. And I didn't travel in 2020, so never, let me, I don't want to take up the time of this class for that. Never mind.
Okay. This is new, by the way, having the amount of space these things are taking. The format has changed, which is another example of how the iPad operating system is different than the phone iPad or the phone operating system. Right? So again, they are going different directions. It looks like the iPad has chosen a different format for what's in the cloud than the iPhone.
Hey,
Question,
Bill,
Bill?
Yep.
Bill, on the phone, if you tap on manage storage,
Oh, it comes up that way?
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would bust my bubble, wouldn't you?
I'm sorry. I don't want to
Question,
Yes,
bust your
you're right,
bubble,
it
but there
does. I guess I can't make that point again.
Man, you sounded just like my husband.
And if you hit the back arrow at the top, I bet they look alike. I'm sorry. All right.
question, Bill?
Yes, go ahead.
I see a caption called backups on your
Yes.
list. Isn't that redundant with, isn't that's what iCloud's all about? What are we doing with backups?
Let me get there. You're saying when I go here,
Yes,
I have a category called backups. Oh, come on.
you're using 4.7 gigabytes of backup. Wouldn't that be redundant with iCloud?
That's the category. Yes. That's the category of stuff.
So
I'm
Bill,
not sure what that is.
how do you get rid of all of these things if you don't want them?
Oh, I don't know. You want to get rid of them. So what it's telling me is it's back up from my different devices.
Doesn't that go to
And
the
to
cloud?
to answer your question, you really don't want to get rid of this stuff because it's what's used to make your new device that you might get tomorrow because you broke your current one look exactly like your old device.
But once you retire an old device that you no longer use, then you can get rid of those backups.
So yeah, if I went in here to my backups again, I could get rid of William's phone there, which is my old phone. I could get rid of my iPad Air 2. So I could delete the backup for that if I chose to. Okay. And I guess the best way to answer Ann's question is the backups are everything that's not included in everything else. All these other things that are listed here. And anything else goes in backups. The key one I want to mention to everybody and make sure, and I think I've done this before, but I just want to make sure. It says I have 7.9 gigabytes of photos. Big category for photos, right? Right? And I want to keep that. If I go in and delete a photo from my device, it will delete it from the cloud as well. It synchronizes. Okay, it does not, in the traditional sense, back up. When we talked about backup before, is I want to make sure I back up all my data so if my computer messes up or I delete something, I can go get it back. And that's not how Apple defines it. Apple defines it as a synchronization tool. It's trying to make the backup look exactly like your device. So if you delete something from your device, it deletes it from the backup as well. Okay. The second thing I want to point out to you, since I'm talking about photos, is I'm looking at the cloud storage, and I tap photos, and I look here, and it says optimize iPad storage. By the way, it says the same thing for the iPhone, optimize iPhone storage. And I think I covered this before, but it doesn't hurt to say it again. When you have the other option there, download and keep originals, each picture is taking about 1 to 2 million bytes of storage. When I click optimize, it gets down to 100,000 bytes of storage. A byte holds a pixel. So if you have a 2 million pixel picture, it's pretty clear. If you have a 100,000 pixel picture, it's pretty fuzzy if you expand it. The advantage of going to optimize is it saves space on your device. You get to see a thumbnail size of your picture clearly. If you tap the thumbnail size, and what I mean by thumbnail size is this. Those pictures are thumbnail size. If I go to expand them, if I go to expand one, initially they look fuzzy and then they clear up.
Hmm.
And they clear up because it says, oh, I have the thumbnail of this picture. You want to see the full version. It goes back to the cloud, gets the full version, and brings it down to your device automatically. Okay?
Bill, I noticed that you don't really have that many photos in storage. Are you using something else to store your photos, like Google or something?
You mean 3,000 isn't a lot?
Well, you don't have that many gigabytes. I mean, I have like 33 gigabytes, of photo storage.
And they're optimized?
Yeah,
Oh my. So how many photos do you have?
several thousand. I have to go into photos to
Oh,
check.
you've got at least 10,000.
Could be.
Because if I go to my photos, it says I have 3,000, see on my iPad here, it says I have 3,509.
Let me go to photos. How do I get into all photos now? They changed the stuff around.
I know.
I'm in library now.
You're in library?
Yeah. How do I get to?
If you go down to recents on the left side of your iPad,
Oh, recents, yeah. Okay. I have 8,000 photos.
and it's taking how much space on your device?
33 gigabytes.
Have you optimized them?
Yeah.
Wow. Not sure why it's taking that much space then. Hmm. Nope.
And you have 3,000, right?
I have 3,000 and I'm taking,
Yeah, you weren't taking that much storage.
and I'm taking,
I think it was 4.7 or something,
no, it's 7 gigabytes.
7 or almost 8 gigabytes.
Right.
That's a big difference from 33.
Yeah, 4x. Approximately.
Well, maybe I should call Apple.
Yeah, find out what's going on there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, do you have some videos? Some pretty good sized videos? That would be another reason you would have additional or a lot of storage consumed.
Yeah, I have 282 videos.
Ah, there we go.
Well, two of the little ones, they're not little anymore, but 2 of them are runners and one is an ice skater.
Yeah,
So I've
good.
got a lot of videos.
That's the purpose of the device. It's worth it's worth the memory, right?
Well, they all want an audience. So you think that makes up the difference?
Yes, I think it would.
282 videos are a lot.
Yes, yeah, especially if they're more than 2 minutes long.
Well, most of them are not.
Yeah. Okay.
With the runners, I just do the finish.
Now, how do you know that information is in the iCloud? Has anybody ever gone and checked?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how you check it. I'm going to go to the internet now. If it'll let me here. You looking at the same, so you're looking at my browser now? Say Google?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go to a place called iCloud.com. And it comes up and says, "Oh, Bill, you want to see what's going on?" Now you can't do it on your iPad or iPhone. You have to do it on your computer. Let me reword that. In the past, you have not been able to do it. I don't know if you can do it or not right now.
Do it on your iPad.
Can you go to the iCloud.com?
Yeah, I'm doing it on my iPad right now.
Let me know if you get there.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. You didn't used to be able to. And then you put in your Apple ID. And your password. And now for two-factor authentication. It just sent me a message on my iPhone, my iPad, and my watch. And that was the number it asked me to put in. And here's all the information that it has on me in the iCloud, including the iCloud Drive. So if I click on photos, it will show me my photos eventually.
Yeah. it's
So-
pretty much, I know.
There they are.
For some reason, I have a different amount of photos in iCloud.com, a different than I do on my phone.
Okay, I have 3,458 on my iCloud. I think I'm one or two off on the
That happened to me, and give it a minute, it'll say it's been updated.
But mine was just updated. And
Yeah.
I'm showing now in iCloud.com 7,998 photos.
and
Phone, I have 8,010 photos.
yeah, and I'm about 400 off too. No, I'm about 100 off.
Why is that? That I don't understand.
And I'd like to know that too, but I'm not sure why.
I mean, that's what makes me nervous. Everything is supposed to be synced.
The videos match, but the photos don't.
Yeah, my videos match too.
Yeah,
It's my photos that
and
don't.
it's somewhere back in the history, because every photo I've looked for has always been there.
including the most recent ones.
Yep, those that are on the screen right now was last night. I'm going to go back. If I go to my mail, well, this mail represents the mail in iCloud account. And I don't keep much mail there at all. There's my contacts. So that should come up and give me my contacts in the iCloud. And I only have 2 in there, along with some other. Okay. My other contacts are in my Google account, so that's a different place. This would be my Apple Calendar, which doesn't have anything on it per se. Here's the iCloud Drive Peter was talking about. I think Peter was talking about. Now that does have things in it that I have put there when I'm using the Files program. Is it called Files or Folders?
Files.
Sharon, which is it?
Files.
It's
Yeah.
Files, okay.
Mhm.
All right. And this would match what's on my iPhone or iPad. Find My is a good one. You can go to any computer in the country, in the world, click on Find My once you put in your ID, and it'll show you where your devices are.
Mhm.
Hopefully they're all right here at my house. When it comes up, there they are. So there's all my devices. They're all right here on my desk, but that's close enough. Which is not too far from Deer Creek, by the way.
Funny.
All right. So this is a great way, if you've lost your device, go to somebody else's computer, type in iCloud.com. And if it's an iPad, I guess you can get there as well now. And you can put in your Apple ID, your password, and it will show you where they are. I have had an opportunity to use that a few times.
I've just done that on my iPad and it sent my 6-digit verification code right on the iPad that I'm signing in on the iCloud with.
Okay. Oh, you're doing it on your iPad?
Yes, and it
Yep.
sent me the verification code right on my iPad.
Yep, I believe that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Is that good or bad? Yeah,
I don't know. Could have sent it on my phone.
okay. Any questions on being able to look at your storage? There's also a cool feature where you can download.
Bill,
Yes, go ahead.
I don't have Pages here, and I use Pages.
When you don't have Pages on this?
No, I don't have Pages in iCloud, and I'm using Pages.
On your device or on the Mac?
I use it on my Mac, but I use it on my iPad sometimes too.
And when you do it on your Mac, does it show up on your iPad?
It's not in iCloud. Yeah, it shows up on my iPad,
When
but
you-
it's
when-
not in iCloud.
It's not in the iCloud. That's interesting.
I mean, it should be in, well, I should
Yeah.
do the settings, I guess.
I mean, you say you write it on your Mac and it shows up on your iPad. If that's true, it has to be go through the iCloud to get there.
Right, exactly.
So it may be in the folders. It may be in the iCloud drive, depending on where you stored it, I guess.
Probably it's an iCloud drive.
Yeah, it has to be there somewhere. Okay, all right. There is one other cool feature, and what I'm going to do is go to my desktop now, and I'm going to go to my photos. No, not that one. And here are all the pictures on my iPad, including the one I just took last night. Oop, come on, come on. Okay, I just took that last night. Do you mean to tell me, Bill, that if I take a picture on my iPad, it will show up on my computer, even though it's not a Mac? The answer is yes.
Really?
What you have to do is you have to download the iCloud app onto your computer. Now,
The iCloud app.
it looks like this. You go to the internet and you say iCloud.com or something like, you go to iCloud, just type in iCloud on Google. Let's see if I can do that. Typing in iCloud for PC. And you can download it to your computer. Once you have done that, then you download. Let me get to here's the app. I'm going to open it. And once you've downloaded it, it should come up here. Come on, come on, come on. It looks something like this. And you would say, hey, I want to download my photos and where I want to put them. And where I'm putting mine is here. You could change that and you can dictate where you want the photos to go. Now, one question you might ask me, and I'm not prepared to answer it, so I'm going to try to just see what happens when I do it. This picture that's supposedly up there, this one, is on my, is in my recents. I'm going to delete it. And I wonder if it will delete it the whole way back through everything. I'm going to delete 3 of them there.
Don't blame you.
Oh, 4 of them. Why not? Okay. So I just deleted 4 pictures. I'm wondering if they will delete all the way back up the chain. And we'll give it a couple minutes and we'll check it later. If it doesn't, there's your backup. If it does, take all these pictures and put them in a different folder. So you have your pictures backed up at a safe place. Using the traditional sense of backup. In other words, you're saving it so if you delete it from your iPad or iPhone, it doesn't delete it clear back up. All right?
About to an external drive or something.
Yeah, take them off and put them on a different drive, put them in a different folder, and they won't get deleted. If it sticks here, then I'll be in good shape, but I'm not sure it will, right? That's still in my, I still have that one. This should be the car. No. All right. All right, I'm going to,
Excuse me, Bill, what do you mean a different folder?
well, right now there, if you look up here at the top, it says it's on this PC in the Windows, right? Windows, the C drive, under users, my name, in the pictures folder under iCloud downloads. That's where this is right now. If I would select them all, and I'll select a bunch of them. So I selected all those and I'm going to copy them. So I click copy up here. I think I can copy. Right click and copy. And then I go to a different place. Let's go to a different folder. I'll make a new folder. So I right click on I'm going to make a new folder on my desktop. I assume you can see my desktop. Is that correct?
Yes.
I just do a right click and I say new folder. And I'll name it saved pictures. I'm going to open it and I'm going to right click and paste. And come on, and there they are. So I have just made a copy of those folders and put them here. That way, if I delete them from my Apple iCloud folders, or the iCloud deletes them back on my device, I will have them in a different place.
Bill,
Yes.
I have a question. So, like regarding what you're just saying, say you put those pictures in a different folder on your computer, and then you go and delete them from your phone. Will they still be safe in that new folder that you put them in?
That I just put them in now? Yes.
Yep. Oh, that's great. So that would be a way to clear up storage on your phone, and you would still have the pictures forever.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Great. Thank you. That's good to know. I never knew that.
All right. Now, what I'm doing is I'm running an experiment right now. Let me go back here. Ooh. Oh, I don't want that one. I'm going to go back to my pictures. On iCloud Drive.
Why can't
Doesn't look right. There we go.
why can't I mute?
I'm going to my downloads here. What I was doing was running an experiment by deleting them. Ooh, doing something. By deleting them from here, does it delete them from the iCloud itself and then consequently delete them from my devices?
Right.
So I'm not sure if that happens. And this, we're running an experiment now to see if it will. So right now it's synchronizing between my device and the cloud. And while it's doing that, I'll show you a nice, cool video. I think I showed you this last week, probably.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow I don't get tired of this thing.
So cute.
See, Mama? And all the little ones look and say, oh yeah, what you want, Mom?
We're just playing. So cute.
And I believe it's synchronizing. So we're going to see if those pictures that are on my iPad disappear because I deleted them from those iCloud photos. The other way I could have done my photos was on my device. And here I have my iPad, right? If I go to and download something called Google Photos,
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to preserve them somewhere else. I wanted to preserve them in Google Photos, right? If you download the app called Google Photos on your device, here's what they look like, right? I have all my photos in the Google Cloud. Now, up until June of this year, having them up there, I could have as many up there as I wanted for free. Well, you can't see it, doesn't show you. And I don't know how to show it to you, but right now they're in the Google Cloud.
Right.
And the same thing applies. If I delete them now from my computer or my iPad or iPhone, they remain in the Google Cloud. So that's another way to back up your devices. As I was about to say, in up until June, you could store infinite number of pictures up there at no charge. Starting in June, they're going to start charging for saving for, I don't know how many gigabytes, probably more than 5 gigabytes. So they're going to start charging you for it.
Don't they have, isn't the first 15 gigabytes free?
Is it 15?
Well, that's what I have. I
Okay.
mean, I've just been, so I assume that right now my photos will go towards the 15 gigabytes. Is that correct?
That's what I'm assuming as well,
Mhm.
Diane.
Don't forget Gmail and other things will also be included in that number.
That's correct. Well, Gmail will be?
Well,
Ooh,
I'm assuming so because that's Google.
I know, but I didn't think, I thought Gmail was kind of free. So the
Oh,
7
thanks.
zillion pictures I have stored in all these different folders is going to get counted, huh?
This
7
will be-
zillion emails, I mean.
We'll
I
see.
may have to switch my email again.
Yeah. All right. Any questions
Bill,
about that?
does Google scrunch condense the folder file like Apple does?
Your cloud pictures are not condensed. The iCloud photos in the cloud, when you say condensed, do you mean optimized, Peter?
Yes.
No, the only place they're optimized is on your iPad or iPhone.
Mhm.
In the iCloud, if they got optimized in the iCloud, you'd never be able to get the full picture again. Okay. So no, they're not condensed in either the iCloud or Google Photos.
Well, Google Photos, your photos are compressed.
Okay, Diane, can you explain that some more?
Well, they're not full resolution, but they're not compressed that much that unless you're a professional photographer, you're not going to see the difference when you enlarge it. When
Is
you
it the
get
same?
full
So they
screen.
use a different or an additional compression algorithm to what Apple does?
Well, I don't think the photos are compressed in Apple.
Yeah, they are. When you take a
I'm not
picture,
talking about the optimizing.
no, okay, let's explain that a little bit.
Okay,
When you take a picture with your phone, it's a 12 megapixel picture, and that's a raw picture. Okay.
mhm.
Before Apple stores that on your device, unless you say you want to keep the raw picture, and they added that capability, you can say, I want raw picture. I think it's down there in photos. Somewhere there's an option where you can say, I want to keep the raw picture, which would be 12 megapixels. And only professional photographers would like to do that. Apple then goes through their algorithm and reduces it to what's called original. And they use an algorithm, and they have one that they have proprietary that creates a different format than JPEG. So it gets complicated from there. There are different algorithms for reducing from raw
Original.
from reducing from raw to some other format. Okay. An analogy here would be if you have a little red spot, if I have a red shirt on, that red's all the same color. So instead of having each pixel for that picture taking up 1 byte, they would say there's 14 reds pixels in a row here, all the same color, and it only takes up a portion of the total picture or the total file for the image for the picture. Does that make sense? Diane, is that the way you understand it?
Yes.
Bill, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I just have news about the Google storage. Anything before June 1st won't count to your 15.
Will or will not?
Will not count towards 15 gigabytes.
Okay, so that sound,
Afterwards,
go ahead.
afterwards, 100 gigabytes, 199.
What? I don't understand.
It sounds like you said, if I go ahead and store 400 gigabytes of stuff up there in my photos, that won't count toward the 15 minimum or maximum for free.
Correct.
That
And I
doesn't sound, what about if I add one more? That goes toward the 15?
After
That's interesting.
June, is it first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so the more you get up there before June 1st, so start taking pictures, folks.
But what happens after June 1st?
That's the Mac that you have in a little library,
And then
whatever.
after June 1st, everything goes towards the 15 gigabytes.
Right. No pictures will. None of your old pictures will, but any new ones you take will.
Any new ones and anything else goes towards
That's
the
what it
15.
sounds like. Do you agree with that, Sharon?
Yes, it says, we estimate your free 15 gigabytes of storage will last about 2 years.
Well,
Oh,
that's yours.
based
That's
on your
what we
rate
have
of
so
use.
far.
No, that's on the internet.
Oh, that's on the internet.
Yes.
Okay. Good point. Good
This
info.
begs the question, Bill, how do we find out exactly what storage we're using in Google?
What doesn't make any difference, apparently, how much you're using as far as Google Photos. Because that's all free, what you've already used. Only new ones will count toward the 15 gigabytes. And I don't know how to tell you how to figure out how much you're using in Google land.
Probably go to Google, cloudgoogle.com. Same as you do to iCloud, try that.
Except the photos you've got are not in there. Or not counted at least.
Not counted, yeah. But I mean, after you
Yeah,
do first. You
Yeah,
would,
they'll probably tell you have this much in the free bucket
yeah.
and this much toward the 15 gigabyte.
If you
Wow.
go to Google, I went to Google and, I try to read about it, but it was very confusing.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they're giving you however many pictures you have up there already for free, still not too bad a deal. That was probably their compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus being accused of bait and switching.
That's right. Well, they're probably worried that the government is going to go after them even more.
All right, everybody. Have I any questions about the iCloud?
Well.
I put one in the chat.
Oh, did you? Okay, let me take a look at it. I'm figuring out how to get to chat here. So I'm not seeing the whole thing. There we go. if you want it to be entirely unhackable, 40 character, the question circles around what's a secure password? And we had a meeting and Tim was suggesting that you want to have a 40 character password. And it's a phrase you could easily remember and type. And yeah, 40 characters is probably unhackable. Right?
He said that way you wouldn't have to worry about uppercase, lowercase, special characters, just have it really long.
Right.
Yep. And that's probably appropriate. You know, I have capital letters, et cetera, in mine and special characters. And Tim is saying, if you want to be entirely secure, that's what you do.
The problem is that a lot of the websites insist that you have capitals and special characters.
Right, right. So you'd have to intersperse that with maybe a period at the end and a capital at the beginning of your phrase.
It's
This
hard-
was specifically on the iCloud because for me, thinking about having my documents, my photos, everything that's on my computer out somewhere in the cloud just generally gives me the creeps.
I understand.
So I
Yeah.
was wanting to know how secure is it really?
Anything can be hacked.
Hmm. The only real secure place is probably on a hard drive that's not connected to your computer.
That's right.
And if you want to go to the ultimate,
As long as nothing happens to the hard drive.
right. Well, then you make two.
Eventually, that deteriorates too.
Yeah.
Right.
You say Apple hasn't been hacked, and then you add the word yet at the end of that.
They got into their photos several years ago, into
Did
their
they?
hidden photos,
Yeah.
the hidden ones, no less.
The white hats and the black hats are out there, folks. So,
Nothing is safe in this world.
you know, they
But most people are not going after us little guys. They're going after the big financial institutions.
that's today. They
Yeah.
could be going after us tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we'll get caught in these big financial institutions.
Correct.
Well, they do, but the problem is they've got your information, those financial institutions.
Yeah, you know, they get into the banks, they get in whatever, and no matter what password you had, it doesn't matter.
No,
Right, exactly.
they've got your social security number, they've got your everything about you.
That's where our problems come from, these institutions, when they get hacked.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense. So I don't know if I answered your question, Joanne, but
I have a question,
Well-
Bill.
go ahead.
There seems to be a difference. I use the Google Photos backup as well as the Apple Photos backup. And the Google Photos, I'm using 4.7 gigabyte. And in Apple, I'm using 12.6.
Interesting. And you got videos in both?
They're supposed to be identical.
Yeah.
You know, the Google thing is an automatic synchronization. When they take a picture, it goes to the cloud.
Right.
Interesting.
But the storage compression is different when you are using Google.
Yeah, they're using a
Photos.
different algorithm.
Hey, well, Google must be better.
Yeah.
I checked my usage on the Google account, and if you go up to your main account, I'm using 9.94 of 15 gigabytes. So I'm not too concerned that I'm going to run out of space for a
Okay.
long time.
And you have your photos on there, Sharon?
Well, yes, but the photos aren't counting right now.
That's right. That's right. So we don't know how much the photos are taking right now. how did you determine, Peter, how much, how much space the Google Photos were taking?
You just went to Google search and typed in, how do I determine? Space.
That's a good
Voila,
idea.
click out.
And it told you. Everybody understand what he did? He went to, and he said, how much did you have to put in your account? And
I'd ask you to sign in
yeah,
through the password process.
I think I'm already signed in, so it should just take me there. How to check your Google Photo space. Well, that's how to do it. Is that what you did, this thing? Peter?
Yes,
You did that?
yes. You take it to the sign.
Yep. So I'm going to Google Photos. I'm going to where it says takeout, your account, your data, export, copy, content.
Back up.
Right there. No.
Buy photos, Bill.
This one,
Up one.
up one more. What, I missed you, Peter. Still go up more?
No, no,
Right there?
yes, yes.
So there they all are, but how much space they taken?
Well, for export.
What do you do from this point? More info.
I ended up with a page called Google One,
Okay,
and I don't know how, just following prompts.
yep. You poked and hoped and you got there.
That's right.
Oh, that's a good shot at it. All right, let me switch gears here, everybody. I want to talk about Dropbox for a minute, and I have a little presentation that I got, and I sent you a link to it. So what I'm going to do. Let's go through a little presentation on just drop. Whoops, not that one. I found this on the internet. It was quite good and quite, and I just want to review the first part of it with you. And we'll give credit to Anne for doing it. we first talk about just what Dropbox is, right? It's an app where you can store and share your files, right? Instead of using an external drive, you save all your files to one Dropbox. That's your pictures, your movies, your music, right? And because Dropbox is cloud-based, meaning it's online, you can get it no matter where you're traveling to. On vacation, we're just chilling out at the local Starbucks. Why use Dropbox, right? It's the number one. Dropbox is convenient. It's easy to use from any computer, right? All you need is a computer, a device, an iPad, an iPhone, an Android, and a Wi-Fi connection, right? You can access it anywhere. Just download the Dropbox app to your computer or device and share the file. And sharing the files is easy. So if you've taken a whole lot of pictures and you want to send it to your family or friends, you can just send them that information that you want, not everything. Dropbox has been around for a long time and it has not yet, and I use the word yet, been hacked. So your information is safe, right? And you get 2 gigabytes of space for free. So the way you get started is you create a Dropbox account. You download Dropbox.com from the Dropbox.com website. This is what their homepage looks like. You put in an email address, sign up for free, and ask for your name and password you want to use. Be sure to write that down and make it at least 8 characters. Right? And then you have to click the I agree button and get Dropbox. And it was that easy.
I think I have it.
Okay. It shows up on the bottom of your Edge screen. You go ahead and download it and install it. Okay. Then open my Dropbox. And then they have a little tutorial that they provide you. It's one of the easiest ones that I've ever used, and it works across all platforms, Androids, Apple devices, Macs, PCs. Okay. And it puts a little icon down here that you can link to Dropbox if you want to use it. And it also has a folder right here, right? Let me go back to that one. See the little icon there? How do you save files to it? Well, you click it. And it just looks like any other folder on your computer. And you put things in it. And then it synchronizes whatever you put in it with what's on with the host database. This was a click and drag technique. And what I'll do is I'll show you that. So once you set up the account, let me go to my folders. I think I have one here called Dropbox.
Passed it.
There it is. So if I click there, there's the folders and things that I've set up on Dropbox. And by the way, here's a folder that's shared with the Stug Dropbox. And that's where I put my articles for the newsletter. So I move that aside and I want to put this particular 45 Windows tips. I can just drag it over. Now I don't want to move it, I want to copy it. The way in which you copy instead of move is you right click and drag. When it gets there, it gives you the option to move or copy. If I move it, it takes it off my desktop and puts it in Dropbox only, just like any other folder. But if I copy, okay, now it's in my Dropbox. And I can get to that particular file by going to dropbox.com and logging into my account at the cloud, and there it will be. Any questions on that? Yes, no, boy, you're a quiet audience when I get off the iPad.
I use Dropbox all the time until they changed the rules. And now the free account is only one user, 2 gigabytes, and no more than 3 devices. So if you've got your phone, your iPad, and a PC, I was sometimes using it to share across my phone and my wife's phone or whatever.
Yep.
And you can't have 4 devices. You can only have 3. And I'm not sure how to edit out the older devices I have because
In that case, you
can't
could have
seem to
set
add
up an account for your wife and then shared it. And then
Yeah,
shared
that-
the folders.
yeah, I can get around that particular one. And
Yeah.
it looks like I was in some organizations that where they had an account and I was just sharing it. I didn't cost any of my space. But I never really figured out exactly how space was calculated. So I don't know whether that's the current month's usage or whether it's everything that's in my part of iCloud.
Okay. All
How
right.
does Dropbox compare with Google Drive?
I think it's easier to use than Google Drive. But Google Drive is as, I'm not sure about price wise. If you exceed the minimums, what the different prices is. Okay, I haven't looked at that.
Yeah, the pricing is a bit confusing when you try to compare.
Yeah,
Well, you start off with 15 gigabytes for free with Google Drive.
okay.
It's
So,
2
you
for
know,
free on Dropbox and then it's $10 a month for the 2 terabyte.
So they have 2, they only have 0 or 10? I mean, is it
0 or
5?
10, the 10 is for one user and they have 0 is 2 gigabytes is free, one user, $10 for one user, 2 terabytes, and then $17 for a family of up to 6 users and 2 terabytes.
Okay, and there's no incremental. You either have 3 or 2 terabytes?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, that's
Okay,
one.
so they're all just relatively different cloud storage programs.
Very well put. Yes, they're all different. They're all just different places. It's like having different external hard drives.
Okay.
My experiment that I was running on deleting a picture from the iCloud photo app on my computer and delete it from my device. The answer is no. So it doesn't delete going that way. I wonder if it deletes going the other way. In other words, if I delete it from my device, does it delete it from the cloud? And I have that picture on the cloud and on my device. So I'm going to delete it from my device and we'll see if it disappears by the end of the class. All right. So I don't have any other questions on the clouds, folks. No? Anybody still afraid to use the iCloud? Because it's a pretty straightforward thing to use. The Dropbox can be a little confusing from time to time if you're trying to share, but if you're just trying to put things out there, it's fine. And Google Drive, I believe, is the same. I think the Google Drive versus the iCloud is an easier place to share if you want to share a folder. But I've sent you a bunch of documents. If you haven't checked your mail since early this morning, I sent out the handouts for the class, and there are 4 different handouts there. One is the link to the Dropbox, which I just presented. How to use the keychain. Everybody know what keychain is?
No,
No.
Keychain is your passwords, and I'll show you those in a minute. iCloud, how to use it is one of them, and set up and use the photo library on your Windows PC, which is what I just showed you earlier as well. So those 4 documents are coming to you, or you've already received them.
Good.
I'm going to do is share my screen again, just to show you that the keychain information. Okay. Do you have the screen? My shared
Yes.
screen?
Yes,
Okay. If you go to settings, the one place you see keychain is you go to settings and then your name at the top and then iCloud, and you'll notice keychain is down there. I'll do it on my phone as well. My name and then iCloud. And then we go down to keychain. All right. iCloud keychain keeps the passwords, credit card information you saved up to date on the devices you approve. Your information is encrypted and cannot be read by Apple. You know, Apple continues to try to be the leader in privacy as far as internet storage provider, with all the controls you have over who can look at what information that you have. Now, if I go to Touch ID and passcode on your iPads, and Face ID or just pass codes on your Apple phones. Okay. Did I go to the right place? I don't think so. Well, this is where I could add additional ones. Oh, where is that? Ah, it's under your name and passwords and security, I believe. Don't go there yet. Just let me see if I can get there. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Anybody out there remember how you get to there?
Mm-mm,
No? Okay.
Not too good.
Referring to Touch ID and passcode?
No. Well, I thought that's where it was.
Where would it be?
I thought that's where it was.
What are you trying to do, Bill?
I'm trying to get the list of passwords that I have.
Under passwords,
Oh, I think it's under Safari. Safari passwords and accounts, I believe.
In settings,
yes.
thank you. And where is that?
We can do a search.
It's Apple Store, Wallet, Apple Pay, and then passwords.
From Safari?
No.
Peter, where?
I'm under settings.
Oh, there it is. See where it says passwords under settings? Sorry. It says passwords there.
You're not showing us your screen, Bill.
Yeah, I know. I'm just logging into it before I show you.
Where is it? Oh, yeah, okay.
Looks like that. Looks like you can't see that, huh? Okay, I've gone to passwords. And I put in either my password, my fingerprint,
Right.
or my facial ID, one of the three. And here it's listing all the things that I have logged into on the internet.
How did that?
If I tap any one of those, and I'm not going to because then I'll be showing you my passwords, it will show you the password that you used. For example, I have a couple here that I have multiple, like facebook.com. I have two different accounts there. Or I use two different IDs at least, right? Or I did it at two different times and I updated it.
Then you don't know which one to use, which password to use.
I believe it shows you a date on it when you, let me move it off here and I'll go look. Yeah, you don't know which one it is. So you have to try them both.
Yeah. Then you have to remember to delete the old one.
Oh, wait a minute. It says when you bring it up, it says the password was last modified and it gives you a date.
Really?
Yeah. So if you tap on any one of them, it tells you when the last time it was modified.
I don't see that here.
It's when you tap on one of the password, one of the items, it says username, it says the password, and then right under password in different print is this password was last modified.
Oh, I see. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So on the Flipboard one there. And so I know which one was is the most current. Okay. All those things are saved in Keychain. Along with that, if you've put any credit cards like on your Apple phone, your credit cards would also be up there in Keychain.
Do you think Keychain is safe to use?
Yes. And I've got everything else up there. All right. We have another class coming up this afternoon. If you have an Apple Watch and haven't signed up, you can send me a request. But we're having a class on Apple Watch at 1 o'clock. All right. Any other questions?
Bill, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, of course.
Can you just double check to see about those deleted photos? What you were, to double check if they're also gone from your.
Yep, I will do that
okay.
one more time.
Okay.
So I'll go to my photos here. And the 3 photos that I deleted on my phone are still on my computer, are still here on my iPad. So if I delete it on my computer, it doesn't seem to come back to here, but we don't know yet. And now I'll go to my computer. I'll change the view to so I see the pictures. If I can. Ooh. Doesn't want to let me do that. Okay. And I deleted the watch face on my iPad, and it has not deleted it here on my computer. Let me go.
Did you re-log on to the computer or?
Well, that's what I'm
before?
thinking. You've got a point there. And those pictures are gone. So.
They're gone from your computer?
The one I deleted on my iPad is still on my computer. The 2 or 3 I deleted from my computer are still on my iPad. And Bill has a good point. Let's let it go a couple of days, right? To make sure that it doesn't synchronize at some point later. Understood? Let me do one other thing. We open up the app. I'm going to take another picture with my phone, with my iPad. And I want to see how long it takes it to get to my computer, right?
If it's just one picture, it'll get there pretty fast.
No, it hasn't gotten to my computer yet, or it hasn't gotten to the iCloud yet. So I took it on my iPad. Here it is on my iPad. It's this picture, right? And there it just showed up on my iPhone, so it's gone to the cloud. So we know it's in the iCloud. So now we'll go to the computer. What I want to do is go to the Apple app. See? And now we'll go to our photos and see if it gets down to the PC. I'll be darned. There it is. So it made it up to the cloud and came back down to the PC. And therefore, old pictures that are loaded, I think we've just shown that. Yep. Old pictures don't synchronize. It's a one-way street. Okay. So yes, if you get them on your computer in this file, they should be safe. Okay.
Oh, can I just double check, make sure I understand? So now on your computer, from what I remember, you have the Apple iCloud file, and then you also made a separate file that you copied some of those pictures to, and I think you called them saved pictures or something.
Yep.
Is it, or does the same thing happen to the pictures in both of those folders, or just the one that's in the special saved photos?
Okay. Let's pretend like I didn't do the save photos for a minute. The folder I'm currently looking at is the downloads from the iCloud. Okay. If I delete a picture from the iCloud downloads, that's this folder. And this folder is generated when I download the Apple application for iCloud. Okay. So these folders are downloads, shared, and uploads are created when I download that app. And the download one gets populated from the iCloud. If I open that folder and I delete a picture there, it does not remove it from the iCloud. If I take a picture on my Apple phone or iPad the picture goes to the iCloud and goes down to the download folder and shows up on my computer. If I then delete the picture from my Apple iPad or iPhone, it remains in the download folder. It does not delete it there. It doesn't synchronize
Excellent.
like-
That sounds
like
good.
it does with the iCloud. If I wanted to guarantee that I kept the pictures, I was afraid it might not work that way tomorrow. I would take the pictures that are in the iCloud downloads folder, copy them and put them in a different place. And that for sure will not get affected. Did that answer your question?
Yep, thank you. Yep, that makes sense. And that's also, I think, pretty good news.
Yeah, it sounds that way. I still don't know if I trust it or not. I would take them and put them in a safe place because now our pictures are our connection to the world these days.
Yes.
All right.
Bill, what if you want to delete it from all 3 devices? Where do you delete it? How do
All
you-
3.
So I'm looking at my iPad and I took 6 pictures of one thing and I only want to keep 1. And I delete it from the iPad. How can I be sure it will come off of the iPhone and the Mac also?
Okay, I'm not talking about the Mac here necessarily.
Oh, okay.
What I know is if you delete it from your iPad, it will delete it from the iCloud and the iPhone.
Okay, that's good. That's enough.
I'm not sure it will delete it from the Mac.
It will, if the Mac is backed up by iCloud also.
So that's synchronized as well.
Okay.
And the PC is not.
Unless it's iCloud.com.
Unless I go to iCloud.com, you're right.
iPad.
All right.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
But what I usually do is I usually say, I'm not sure, I make a backup. If I want to make sure I don't lose it. In this case, you want to lose it.
Yeah, especially if they're-
Okay.
I had backups on CDs and a lot of the CDs deteriorated.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I couldn't retrieve a lot of my photos. I couldn't read them on my Mac computer.
Really?
Did you create them on a Mac?
No,
Did you try a PC to see if you could read them?
it's a good idea. I better find a PC and try it.
Okay, everybody.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Bill.
What's
Thanks,
next week?
Bill.
Anybody know what's next week?
No.
No. One day at a time.
Hold on, let me go look. Oh, there we go. Oh, reminders, messages and notes.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good.
Good.
all right.
Yeah, that'll be good.
All right.
Okay, have a good week.
Have a good week. Stay healthy, everybody.
We will.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bill.
Bye now.
Thanks.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep.